Me28F, working as HR director, tech startup company. Always preached men should express emotions more openly like women. Toxic masculinity preventing them from healthy emotional expression apparently obvious. If men just cried more, they'd be less violent, right? Company implementing new emotional wellness seminars, mandatory for all employees. Pushing men to open up, share feelings, be vulnerable together. First incident happens with James, our senior developer quiet guy. Wife leaving him taking kids. He's obviously struggling badly daily. Pull him aside, say it's okay to show emotions here. Safe space to be vulnerable. We support you, James, completely. He breaks down sobbing in my office, letting everything out, holds his head in hands, shoulders shaking. Can't stop crying. I comfort him. Say crying is healthy. Let it out. Tell him, take rest of day. Off mental health priority. Next day I'm in meeting with executive team discussing layoffs. CEO mentions James seemed unstable yesterday, crying in office publicly. I defend him saying he's going through difficult divorce currently. CFO says we can't have emotional instability on development team. Might affect product launches, need reliable people, not emotional ones. I argue that's unfair. He just needs support right now. They mark James as first layoff, citing performance concerns suddenly appeared. 2 weeks later, James laid off with minimal severance package, officially for restructuring. But we all know the real reason. His crying made him seem weak, unstable, unreliable to leadership. Try fighting it. But damage done, he's gone within month. Feel guilty but tell myself it's isolated. Incident, not pattern. Second incident, Derek from accounting, going through medical scare recently. Cancer diagnosis. Early stage but treatable prognosis, looking good actually. Organizing team support, encouraging everyone to share their feelings openly. Derek mentions in meeting he's scared about treatment starting soon. Tears up, talking about fear of leaving daughters without father. Everyone hugs him, including me, saying we're here for support. Proud of creating an environment where men can be vulnerable, finally. Next week, Derek's responsibilities quietly redistributed to other people. Manager says, don't want to stress him during treatment recovery. But really, they're phasing him out of important projects completely. Overhear water cooler conversation about Derek being too emotional. Did you see him crying about cancer? With eye rolls. Female coworkers gossiping about how uncomfortable his crying made them. Same women who posted support on social media mocking privately. Derek returns after treatment, finds himself basically demoted without warning. No longer invited to strategy meetings, just basic tasks assigned. When he asks why, told focus on health, not career. Real reason. Everyone sees him as weak man who cried. Third incident hits closest to home, involves my boyfriend Tyler. Together, 3 years, always complained. He never opens up emotionally. Walls up constantly, never shares what he's really feeling inside. Finally, he starts therapy. Begins processing childhood trauma with professional. One night tells me about abusive stepfather, sharing horrible details. Breaks down crying in my arms, first time ever seen. Hold him, say I'm proud you're sharing this with me. But something changes in how I see him honestly immediately. Can't explain it, but attraction starts fading rapidly without reason. The crying image stuck in my head, bothering me constantly. Sex life dies within weeks. I'm always too tired suddenly. Start picking fights about small things that never bothered before. Comparing him to other men who seem stronger, more stable. He notices, asks if it's about him crying that night. I lie, say no. But we both know truth hurts. 3 months later, I break up citing different life goals. Real reason I lost respect, when he showed weakness crying. His vulnerability dried up. My attraction completely couldn't fake anymore. Started researching male suicide rates, trying to understand patterns better. Men 4 times more likely to complete suicide than women. But women attempt more often? What's the difference really then? Men use lethal methods because they mean it, no takebacks. When men decide to die, they ensure success, no help. Because they know showing weakness means losing everything important always. Jobs, relationships, respect, children all gone for showing human emotion. interviewed 50 men anonymously about showing emotions, getting honest answers. Every single one had stories about being punished for vulnerability. Lost promotions, lost relationships, lost friendships, lost respect immediately after. Women saying they want sensitive men, but leaving when shown. Bosses saying mental health matters, then firing emotional men quickly. Friends distancing themselves after seeing another man cry once publicly. Society claims we want men to open up, be vulnerable, but punishes them severely every time they actually do it. We've created impossible trap for men with no winning. Be emotional, get destroyed. Be stoic, get called toxic. Man shows anger, he's dangerous, needs anger management classes immediately. Man shows sadness, he's weak, not leadership material, obviously flawed. Man shows fear, he's coward, not worthy of respect anymore. Man shows joy, he's immature, not taking life seriously enough. Only acceptable male emotion is none just steady robotic productivity. Started noticing it everywhere once I knew what to look for. Male teacher tears up during school shooting, discussion gets complaints. Parents don't want emotional man teaching their precious children anymore. Male nurse cries. After patient dies, gets transferred to administration. Too sensitive for floor work, needs desk job away from patients. Meanwhile, female nurses crying daily. Nobody questions their competence ever. Male CEO admits depression in interview. Stock price drops immediately. Investors lose confidence in emotional leader, need steady hand instead. Female CEOs discussing mental health get praised for bravery always. The double standard so obvious it hurts to acknowledge fully. Remember my brother crying at Dad's funeral when I was younger. Mom pulled him aside, said men don't cry. Be strong. He was 12 years old, learning emotions, equal weakness already. Stuffed it down, never saw him cry again, even during divorce. Now, understand why men die of heart attacks, stress diseases. Keeping everything inside, literally killing them, slowly but surely required. Society demands they be rocks, mountains immovable objects, not humans. But rocks don't feel, mountains don't bleed. Objects don't love. We're asking men to be inhuman, then wondering why problems, why they're violent, why they're distant, why they're killing themselves. Because we've made feeling anything too expensive to risk showing. Started male support group trying to create actual safe space. First meeting. 8 men show up skeptical but desperate enough. Set ground rules. What's shared here stays here, no judgment. Within hour, every man crying about something, holding back years. Dead bedrooms, custody battles, job loss. Sick parents dying inside. By meeting 3, only 2 guys still coming, rest disappeared. Asked why others stopped attending, got honest, painful answer immediately. Too risky being seen entering male emotional support group building. What if boss saw? What if wife found out? What if anyone knew they needed help processing emotions together? The 2 who kept coming, both already lost everything anyway. Nothing left to lose by showing weakness, might as well. One killed himself month later, despite progress in group sessions. Left note saying, couldn't take the loneliness anymore, too heavy. Other moved cities starting over, where nobody knows his pain. Deleted social media, changed phone number, complete fresh start needed. Group disbanded after 6 months, couldn't recruit new members sustainably. Stigma too strong, risk too high for most men, honestly. Now I watch men in my life differently with new eyes. See the micro expressions they hide quickly before anyone notices. Jaw clench when insulted but can't respond without seeming sensitive. Eyes water at sad movie but blink it away immediately. Fist tighten when frustrated but must stay calm. Always professional. Shoulders drop with exhaustion but straighten when someone looks. They're all performing constantly. Exhausting act of being okay always. Every man I know is drowning silently in plain sight. Screaming underwater where nobody can hear them, struggling alone forever. And we keep pushing their heads under, wondering why they drown. My feminism was blind to male suffering, completely ignorant, purposefully. Thought patriarchy meant men had it easy, power and privilege. Didn't see the price they pay for that perceived power. Didn't see the cage we built around their humanity locked. Now trying to change but damage is done systemically everywhere. Generations of men taught crying means death of respect instantly. James still unemployed, year later reputation destroyed in industry somehow. Derek working retail. Now career derailed by showing fear publicly. Tyler dating someone new, wonder if he ever cries around her. Probably learned his lesson, keeps it locked down tight now. I helped build this system cheering, while men suffered silently. Thought I was progressive, wanting male vulnerability and emotional expression, but only performed that desire, never actually accepting it truly. When faced with actual male tears, I ran like everyone. The feminist who preached emotional equality, betrayed it, immediately tested. Now I know why men don't show emotion ever anymore. Because we taught them the price, and it's everything. Their jobs, their relationships, their children, their lives, literally. And then we wonder why they're dying inside and out.